Have you ever wondered why two people can look at the same situation but see it so differently? In this info, we will explain why this happens and also how to live a better life by asking better questions. Check it out. Hey, all teen voices out there. Have you ever asked yourself, why does this always happen to me? Or why can't other people be trusted? Well, these questions aren't really good for you. Think about it. Both of them already assume negative things. One, that bad things always happen to you, and the other, that people can't be trusted. So, the more you ask yourself these questions, the more you will program your brain to believe that this really is true. You will focus on it, and whenever it happens again, your brain will go, yes, here it is again, life sucks. And this will be your reality and form your entire life. Is this really the kind of life you want for yourself? Our physical experience of the world comes from our five senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. We can't really change physical realities. What smells bad will always smell bad. But we can change what we direct our senses to, or in other words, what we focus on. Two people can look at exactly the same situation and describe it in two completely different ways. The classical example is a glass of water filled halfway. One person will describe the glass as half empty. And yes, it is. On the other hand, another person will describe it as half full. Again, it is. In fact, the glass is both. The way we see the world and our different interpretation of it simply depends on what we focus on. In the case of the glass of water, one person focused on the half that was empty, while the other chose to focus on the half that was full. Our days are filled with inputs for our five senses. There is so much around us that there is simply no way to focus on it all. We must make choices. And when we do, we miss out on other things. Let me give you an example. Look at the picture here on the screen. I want you to focus on things that are brown in it. Remember, brown. You have 3 seconds. Okay, now I have a question for you. What do you remember from it that was blue? Bet you were expecting me to say brown. And what do you remember that was white or green? Tricky, huh? Many people won't remember anything except brown. Well, let's look at that picture again. I'm sure you see more blue, white, and green now. The lesson here is that when we focus on something, we miss out on other things. The harder we focus on one thing, the more we miss out on other things. And whatever we focus on becomes our reality. And focusing requires the same amount of energy, whatever we decide to focus on, be it the positive or the negative side of something. In fact, it doesn't matter how good something or someone is. You can always focus on something that isn't perfect, or something that doesn't live up to your expectations. And in that way, you can make yourself feel miserable at any time you want to. Yes, being depressed requires strong focus. We must focus hard on the negative and skip all the positive things that happen around us, such as summer and sun, nice food, good movies, friendships, love, a comfortable home, the pleasure of breathing, and much more. So, is there a way to control focus? And if so, what will that mean for our lives? The key to it all is questions. It's all connected, and it starts with the questions that we ask ourselves in our head. The questions we ask will determine what we focus on. What we focus on will form our view of the world. And our view of the world will determine how we feel. And how we feel will decide the quality of our lives. Here's an interesting thing. Our brain works very much like a computer. A question is asked, and a reply comes out. Computers can only reply to questions they've been programmed with. But our brain is different here. In contrast to a computer, our brain will try to reply to any question that we ask it. If a question is asked sincerely and repeated, and the brain is given enough time, a reply will come out, even if the question wasn't based on reality. So let's say that you run to catch the bus, only to see the doors close just in front of your nose. Frustrating. And you ask yourself, why does this always happen to me? Well, that's not real. It doesn't always happen to you. But because you asked the question in that bad way, the reply will come out in a similar way. Because you are a loser. Yes, low quality questions lead to low quality answers. And high quality questions lead to high quality answers. So, what you ask yourself is very important. Okay, then. But how do we get better at controlling the questions that we ask ourselves? Number one, avoid why questions. For example, why is everything always so difficult? Or why do I have to go to school every day? Why questions create endless loops. Whatever the reply is, you can continue to ask why. There is no good way out. Number two, look for improvement questions. Whenever something happens that you don't like, instead of asking why, ask yourself things like, what can I learn from this? Or how can I avoid this in the future? Number three, create life-changing, high-quality questions. Let's say that you are overweight. Instead of asking yourself, why am I fat? Or why can't I lose weight? Create a high-quality question that can lead to a change. For example, how can I lose weight and feel good at the same time? That kind of question makes you stronger, and it makes you focus on how to make a change. If you repeat it to yourself long enough, you will find a way. Yes, what you focus on and how much you focus on it has a strong impact on your life. And if you want to control your focus, you need to control the questions that you ask yourself. A good question can make you feel fantastic instantly, and it can motivate you to make healthy changes and do great things in life. Therefore, choose your questions carefully. That's all for now. Be good to each other out there.